Welcome to Rocket Science 104, based on the 9-day flight of the Artemis II mission, the first flight to the Moon since Apollo 17, well over 50 years ago. Artemis II rocketed 4 astronauts in a figure-8 trajectory using the Moon's gravity to slingshot the spacecraft back to Earth. This project will require Spaceflight Simulator, a free download from the App Store. To start construction, click and drag a Hawk engine to the bottom center of the rocket editor. Next, locate the 20-ton fuel segment and place 3 on top of the Hawk engine. Put a stage separator on top of the fuel tanks. Locate the Valiant engine and place it over the stage separator. Put another 20-ton fuel tank on top of the stage separator and observe the way the stage separator covers the Valiant engine. Next, put a stage separator on the upper 20-ton fuel tank. Put the heat shield on top of the stage separator. And top the rocket off with a capsule and parachute. This completes construction of the Artemis II simulator rocket. Click the launch button, then tap the engine, swipe up to 100%, turn on the throttle, and we have liftoff! Use the bottom arrow buttons to match the rocket with the recommended ascent angle. First 5, then 10, 20, 30, 45, 60, and 75 degrees. When the rocket angle indicator disappears, turn the rocket horizontal. Tap the map button to view the rocket's trajectory. When the booster runs out of fuel, tap on the map button again to go back to the rocket view and tap the stage separator to eject it. Tap the engine to turn on the second stage rocket. Tap the map button again. When the maximum altitude reaches 40 kilometers or so, turn off the rocket motor. This is a good time to do a quick save so you won't have to launch a new rocket to practice getting into orbit. Click on the triple bars in the upper left corner and click on Create Quick Save. Give the quick save a name. Turn on the rocket motor and angle the rocket down so the maximum altitude does not change. Zoom out to view the entire Earth. Turn off the rocket motor when the minimum altitude appears on the opposite side of the Earth. Coast to just before the maximum altitude, orient the rocket in the direction of travel, and turn on the rocket motor. Turn off the rocket motor when it reaches low Earth orbit. Zoom out to see the Moon, click on the Moon, and select Navigate to. Use the time accelerator buttons to orbit the Earth until a transfer window appears. Slow to 1x time acceleration just before the transfer window and orient the capsule in the direction of travel. Now is another good time for a quick save. Turn on the rocket motor and zoom out to see the encounter trajectory and the rocket's trajectory. As the rocket trajectory approaches the encounter trajectory, reduce the rocket motor thrust to single-digit % so you don't overshoot the Moon's sphere of influence. As soon as the rocket's trajectory disappears, turn off the rocket motor. The rocket trajectory now appears in the Moon's sphere of influence. Reduce the rocket motor power to 0.1% and turn on the rocket motor to approach the Moon. Turn off the rocket motor when the closest approach to the Moon reduces to 300 kilometers. Turn on time acceleration to move quickly to the Moon's sphere of influence. As you approach the Moon, reduce the time acceleration so you don't overshoot the Moon. Once in the sphere of influence of the Moon, orient the rocket in the direction of travel. Now is a good time for another quick save. Turn on the rocket motor single % power and zoom in on the Earth to observe the minimum approach to the Earth as it reduces. Stop the rocket motor when the minimum distance readout disappears and the trajectory goes through the Earth's atmosphere and just touches the surface of the Earth. Turn on time acceleration to move quickly around the Moon and towards Earth. Reduce time acceleration as it approaches and to 1x at 1,000 kilometers from Earth. Assure the trajectory still enters the atmosphere and grazes the surface of the Earth. Make any correction burns to adjust the trajectory either in the direction of travel or against the direction of travel. Tap on the Map button to view the rocket, and eject the upper stage by tapping on the stage separator. Orient the capsule so it will be perpendicular to the direction of travel when it hits the atmosphere, so the heat shield takes the heat of reentry. At 2,500 meters above the Earth, tap on the parachute to deploy the drogue chute. At 100 meters above surface, the full chute should deploy. Congratulations, you have safely returned to Earth. Click on the Recover button to see the mission log. What would you like to do in Rocket Science 105? Like and subscribe.